All right, trying to get caught up. So here we go for the 4th of March, 2025. We got the Missouri Day of History. Missouri Day of History. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. Hell's bells. All right, first things first, though, I got to get caught up. So we're going to go right into March the 2nd. So we're going to go back to 1944. The Kansas City School Board agrees to hire married women to teach. Really? I never thought that would be a bad. I never thought that would be a bad thing. In the years around World War II, women were being allowed new opportunities in the workforce due to severe shortage of workers. Kansas City School District did not have enough teachers to fill the classes. Oh, okay, so this is like World War II. So yeah, so back then a lot of times I know the men were off to war, so women would take over. Um, this is where that whole I don't know if you guys have watched it or not, but where the women play baseball because all the men are overseas fighting, so they didn't have enough men to play baseball, so the women took over and played baseball. So many women were already teaching, but districts across the state had barred women, married women from the jobs so that they could focus on duties at home. Really, really. I'm so glad we don't live like this anymore. I am. Times certainly have changed. As of 2019, more than 80% of all teachers nationwide are women. Well, yeah. In fact, I think it's come to, and this is nothing knocking on men because I'm a man myself, but I think it's a lot of it too is that women are more trusted to teach and care for children than men are. So there's that. And I don't know why it would matter whether the woman is married or not. It's so stupid. But like I said, I'm glad we don't think that way anymore. I'm glad we live in a society where we have moved past all of that. Now, if we can just move past a few other things around here that are around in our nation, that would be better. Sometimes I think our nation has grown, and other times I'm thinking our nation is still like teenager. We get mad because someone else is in our workplace or at our school or whatever, that we get mad about them simply because they look different or act different. They're not hurting anybody. They're not trying to upset the status quo, but simply because they look or act different, we're mad at them or jealous of them, and it causes problems. I'll never understand that about our society. Like, I thought we'd grown past a lot of that stuff, but here we go again. All right, now enough of that stuff. So now we're on to March the 3rd. We're going back to to 1911. The original blonde bombshell is born in Kansas City. Jean Harlow was famous for movies, pin-up posters, and her ability to make front page news in Hollywood magazines. She was called the Platinum Blonde from a 1931 movie of the same name, which was the ultimate sex symbol and tabloid darling. She was also the predecessor to today's troubled young stars with money to burn and a life cut short. She became a celebrity when picked to star in the movie Hell's Angels. A few years later, at the age of 26, while shooting Saratoga, she developed a sudden illness and died. The movie had to be finished with a body double and long angle camera shots. So, very interesting. I did not know that Jean Harlow was born in Kansas City. So, I'm going to have to look more into information about her, to be honest, because she was before my time. So, in 1911, well, she's born in 1911, but it says she had movies in 1931. So chances are there were a lot of them probably were silent films, but I'm still intrigued. I might have to go back and see what some of these films were. But at any rate, of course, they're going to be black and white too. But all right, and then for today's, so now we're caught up. So for today, and I wish they would have had a picture of her here, since that was the original bombshell, but they don't have anything of her here. So, all right, so March the 4th, we're going back to 1849. We're going back even further. Senator David Rice Atchison becomes president for a day, or did he? Said long before Harry S. Truman Missouri did have another man who laid claim to the U.S. presidency, but only for one day. Here is how it happened. Okay, so Zachary Taylor had been elected in 1848 to replace President James K. Polk. Polk's term ended at noon on Sunday, March the 4th, 1849. Taylor did not want to take the oath of office on Sunday, so he postponed it until March the 5th. The law at the time read, in case of the removal, death, resignation, or disability of both the President and Vice President of the United States, the President of the Senate pro tempore shall act as President. That is where Senator Atchison, so David Rice Atchison, that's where he came into play, and he took over office for that time period, which was just for 24 hours. So he was the acting president for that time period. The state of Missouri erected a monument in his honor at Plattsburgh that reads, David Rice Atchison, President of the United States for a day, lawyer, statesman, and jurist. So I guess in a sense he beat Harry S. Truman as the President of the United States, but he was only a president for a day. So I guess that's why we don't really recognize him as an actual president, because if anything, he was just kind of babysitting the job. That's what more or less what it sounds like. The one guy just didn't want to take it over that day, so we don't have a president for 24 hours. So the Senate pro tem, he takes over for one day. Although I don't know why they didn't put, personally, I'm kind of curious to see why they didn't put the vice president in, because even though the president didn't take oath, the vice president still could have, and thus he would have run the country for that 24 hours until the president took the oath. I don't know. Wasn't alive then, so I couldn't tell you. But at any rate, that's all I got for y'all for today, so I hope y'all enjoyed it. Like I said, that's all I got. Peace out. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye for now.